Now, riding the GS1100E, always a very special thing for me because I've had the bike since it's new. I enjoy every minute of owning this bike. It's easy to maintain, parts are still available, and it is a thrilling bike to ride. Now today the weatherman promises some good weather. Sometimes he lies. We never know that for sure. But any day we get to go out on one of our historic bikes, it's better than a day on Rikers Island. In fact, it's a lot better. A whole lot better. But the real truth is, all the bikes that I've collected over the years, and I have 7 registered, 9 total, 4 historic, and every one of them is different. Every one of them is a different ride, a different feeling, a different and whether you go out on a 2-stroke and go slamming through the gears, or you go out on the R1 and you don't have to shift to 90 miles an hour. It doesn't matter. They're all fun. So it is time to take care of all the things Karen has for me on her little honey-do list. And then we get on a honey motorcycle and get the honey down the road. And it looks like it's going to be a honey of a day. And every morning on the farm there's a different supply of things. We need flowers, we need vegetables, we need water things in. And Karen and I always do what we call the perp walk, check out the vegetables. We're harvesting tomatoes right now. We're getting pounds of tomatoes every day. But we're in a hot spell where everything dries out and have to water sometimes more than once a day. Do you think I'd ever forget to feed the birds in the morning? Oh my God, this is one of the things I really enjoy. Okay, which one of you guys wants to go riding? Who wants to go riding? Come on, don't be bashful. So while I'm out riding, what are we going to make today? Tomato sauce from the garden.
Roasted tomato sauce.
Roasted tomato sauce. I'll be thinking about it while I shift through the gears. And the weather today looked like it was going to be perfect to start with, and the weatherman was not wrong. It was a perfect riding day. We decided to head up to the lower New York area between Warwick and Moodna. That's a nice area, plenty of back roads, plenty of twists. One of the nice things about the GS is once you fill up the gas tank for the day, you're pretty much done. It's about a 200-mile range, and that's about the most I ever do in one day anyway. And in this area, you really want to just stay up there all day. And the scenery varies from shady roads to roads out in the open. There's plenty of everything here. Some nice sweepers, some nice back roads, and just a little bit of everything that makes a ride. And it varies. It doesn't stay the same very long. On a day like this that just goes on hour after hour, it's just wonderful to have that comfortable GS seat, a comfortable set of bars, and knowing you're not going to run out of gas or have to spend half your life looking for a gas station up in this area. And as this day started heating up, it was nice to find some shady parts of the roads, the back roads, where the shadows make it a couple degrees cooler anyway. But once you get back out on the main road, it was getting hot. Now, one nice thing about this bike that I like, it's very easy to adjust the valves on the bike. We've made videos of that several times. And no shims, none of that stuff with the shims or taking a whole bike apart. It's easy. Now, because I don't have a way of putting my Valentine radar detector on this bike, I just tend to be a little conservative, and I don't want to push my luck anyway. And the back roads up here, the scenery just changes around every turn. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to ride. Now, this is an original owner bike, and I have put over 75,000 on it in the time I've owned it, 40 years, and I don't think one of those miles has been disappointing. They have been entertaining and fun and relatively inexpensive for 40 years. And one of the things that makes this bike very enjoyable to ride, especially on the back roads, is the great power band, good low-end torque. You don't have to wind the engine up like you do with smaller displacement bikes. The torque just is right from 0 RPM up, and very, very smooth and predictable throttle response. Now, I've tried many different brands of tire on this bike over the years, 40 years that I've had it, and I've totally committed to the idea. I like the way the Michelin Commanders work on this bike. They work the best for me. Now, whenever I'm cruising around on this bike, I always try to think to myself, what else do I have in my life that I had the day I bought this bike in 1982? What other things have stood the test of time as well as this bike? Not many. And on a ride like this, we keep flipping back from main highway, double yellow line, to back roads like this where there's no line at all. And no matter where you take this bike, that power band and the fact that it's comfortable, it all plays together to make for a very nice ride. Boy, and anytime the road opens up in front of you, that throttle just talks to you and it says, come on, go through the gears, or just leave it in a gear 2 or 3, even too high, and just hold it wide open. It's just got a mesmerizing power band that just never disappoints. And if you've never had the joy of riding this area of the country, this is a wonderful area of the country. No matter what direction you go in from this point, it just gets better and better and better the further north you go, and you can go on for a while. And what's nice, there's some farm country. We pass cornfields, we pass fields that already been plowed up for the year. There's farmers out in the field working tractors up in the onion field area. It's mesmerizing to just be up here. Now, I have a lot of confidence in this bike. This bike has been reliable as a stone for so many years. It's 40 years old. And I take it far from home, and I never give a thought to the fact that I'm not going to make it home okay. You know, and again, I look around my house, I don't have any TVs, toasters, blenders, electric drills, tools. There's not much I have that's 40 years old and still just as good as the day I bought it. And anytime I'm cruising this area, I just tend to gravitate toward the the viaduct, the Moodna Viaduct, which is the highest railroad viaduct, the longest, this side, second longest, this side of the Mississippi. And to watch a train go over it, very cool. And even that area around the viaduct is, you can make a big giant triangle around the viaduct itself. And many times I've gotten off and just done photo shoot stuff up there, but riding the area around the viaduct, it's a real nice area. Well, just like every day this summer, as the day wore on, it just got hotter and hotter and hotter, and it got hotter than the weatherman predicted. And it's going to be basically a long ride home in the heat. And some of the farmers up here have already plowed in their crop. I guess this was corn, I'm not sure. It had a crop in it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and now it looks like it's been taken in. Beautiful farming area, this whole area. And when the roads get twisty, this is where those Michelin Commanders, they're so confidence inspiring, even in the rain. And I've gotten 10,000 miles out of one set, and another set a little over 9,000. This is the third set that's been on the bike, and they last. Now, I was watching this movie with Karen, Michael Clayton, and it's a good story, but it ends with a car chase. And as I was watching the movie, I said, I know that road that they're on. I know that road they're on. And I kept saying it. I kept thinking, I know those roads. And what it is they use the roads right around the Moodna Viaduct. This is the viaduct going by. And it's in the background of that movie on the final, I guess the last 5 minutes of the scene where the conclusion of the story. But every time I ride up here, I try to ride under the viaduct and just get those good memories going. I have ridden a steam train ride, the 614 that goes over the Moodna Viaduct, and it's exciting to look at it from the top of that viaduct, believe me. Now, it was a really good feeling to get back home, get the jacket off, have a big giant glass of iced tea, hang out on the porch with Karen for a while, see what she was up to with her cooking for today. But I just always think back about the 40 years, and it's just, to me, it's something that it's just hard to explain. People that have bikes and flip them every year or two, well, I'm not sure they have that relationship. Anyway, we do try to post up a video almost every day of where we ride. Usually it would be in northern New Jersey, lower New York, sometime in the Hudson Valley. We try to get around and see all the latest and greatest things, where the meetups are, some new bikes, and again, by posting something every day, people that follow us on the channel, it gives them a little diversion, maybe from work, or maybe if you're home and you're bored or whatever, or if you can pick up some information. The channel is basically designed over the winter months. We try to share the technology of painting, maintaining, customizing, polishing, as best we can. Some of the maintenance issues that were relatively easy to do. Nothing rocket science. Nothing that you need $1 million worth of tools to do either. And some of the stuff like mounting tires and adjusting valves and relatively simple things. Installing a quick shifter on the MT-09. Doing the check engine light. All of that stuff is on the channel. You put my name in quotation marks, or just search the channel and put the subject, carbon fiber, wheels, tires, painting wheels, polishing, and it'll come up. And I do enjoy editing the videos. I do, more than anything, enjoy making them and going on the rides. I try to ride every day, and I try to post something every day. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.